The Legend of Zelda, a franchise so strong and innovative that impresses consistently with every new entry, though Breath of the Wild, however, did far more than just that, as it surpassed every single expectation, creating possibly the best Zelda game ever made. So here we're going to count down those top 10 moments from The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and just a heads up, there are some major spoilers ahead. Breath of the Wild has no shortage of enemy types, providing us with plenty of variety, but we begin this countdown by looking at one specifically, and he easily has to be the granddaddy of them all, the Lionel. The Lionels have appeared in a variety of Zelda games over the years, but here they've really been taken to the next level. An enemy that is truly intimidating, smart and powerful that isn't to be taken lightly. From your very first encounter to your last, the Lionel will always provide an awesome challenge, proving that it really is the dominant beast of Hyrule and delivers an awesome encounter, creating moments to remember and shows us just how far they have evolved throughout the series. At number 10. With every new entry in the Legend of Zelda series, we always expect new and exciting discoveries, though for our next entry Nintendo have done it yet again, by surprising us with the ancient and primordial spirits that take the form of massive, powerful dragons. To intentionally encounter or accidentally stumble across one of these magnificent creatures was incredible, providing us with an experience like no other. Witnessing their epic scope, scale and detail was an absolute joy just to sit back for a few minutes, stop whatever you were doing and take it all in. In any game, to create moments like this that have that kind of effect are rare and shows you that you have truly seen something special. So for these amazing moments that these legendary creatures provide, earns number 9. After officially becoming a homeowner, we head to the Akala region to find Hudson, who has begun a new project, and it's here where we offer to help him in building a new town, Tarrytown. Creating a town from scratch by assisting Hudson with materials and finding new members had you searching the whole of Hyrule. Over time the town would populate, buildings would appear and stores would open, creating a rather addictive scenario in seeing the town through to its completion, and it ended on such a high note, with True Love producing an overall fantastic addition to Breath of the Wild at number 8. Breath of the Wild's inclusion of the Captured Memories quest was new for the Zelda series. It featured full cinematics complete with voice acting, where we got to learn the princess's struggles to discover her power, with Link forever at her side. But in the final memory with Link on his last breath and Zelda's sacrifice finally awakening her true power to stop the threat at hand, produced an awesome moment, and their devotion to one another came across really well. All the flashbacks that had built up to this point and this memory's climax paid off in such an effective way to tell us exactly what happened, creating some fantastic storytelling and a moment to remember. At number 7.
Take Link to the Shrine of Resurrection. If you don't get him there immediately, we are going to lose him forever. Is that clear? His life is now in your hands.
Our next entry is to finally remove the legendary Master Sword and put it to the test in the trial of the Master Sword. Not only was this a test of skill to Zelda players, but most gamers in general, as this proved to be the ultimate test as the Gauntlet of Gauntlets. Provided with only one life, bare minimal assistance and only a few recovery points to overcome these 3 stages of challenges was difficult, and it put you up against the very best that Breath of the Wild had to offer, but if you were able to overcome such a task, then it provided a feeling of satisfaction, a moment to gloat about that you don't come across very often, making it all worth it. So this challenge easily earns a place on this chart at number 6. For our next entry on this list, we draw our attention to the mechanical constructs that have been corrupted during the Great Calamity, the 4 Divine Beasts. Breath of the Wild may not have the traditional temples that the Zelda series is known for, but these mobile fortresses take their place and expand greatly on the groundwork laid from the shrines, with much bigger and denser areas to overcome. Exploring the layouts, solving puzzles and finding terminals which would lead to boss encounters was traditional Zelda. Each Divine Beast would have its own unique look, feel and controllable functions which directly correlated to its design, forcing a completely different approach each time, generating some really unique gameplay. In all, what these 4 Divine Beasts meant for Breath of the Wild in terms of gameplay and story which would affect the overall endgame puts these colossal giants at number 5. For this next entry, we look to where the Champions of Ballad culminates, essentially a 5th and final Divine Beast, putting your skills to the test in the Divine Trial. Exploring this unique structure and tackling the sections within based on areas of previously conquered beasts to activate the huge mechanical system is a labyrinth created so well that it's fascinating to take it all in and see it all start to come alive with every step of progression. And this all definitely ended on such a high note with the trial by combat against the Sheikah monk. The challenge that this monk would present with his unique and original abilities provided a formidable and exciting foe with a prize gift that I believe was as stylish as ever and well worth it, placing everything that this compelling labyrinth had to offer at number 4. The 120 plus shrines, if you include the DLC, are spanned all over the land of Hyrule. They're essentially mini temples with tough encounters and completely original puzzles throughout that play a major part of Breath of the Wild. Whether you accidentally stumble across one or discover methods and means to unlock the next and tackle the task within, they always present a high level of freedom, player control, putting your knowledge and skills to the test to master the task at hand. Without realising it, I found myself addicted, compelled to finding and beating them all, showing you that they really deliver a level of satisfaction, and the reward for conquering every last one is what every Zelda fan had been waiting for, placing the shrines at number 3. Our penultimate entry in this countdown is Breath of the Wild's endgame, the confrontation against Calamity Ganon. Recovering the captured memories and gaining the champion's aid throughout the story meant that everything had been built up to this moment perfectly. You'd have to be on your A game, as Ganon would throw everything at you, and he really came across as this pure entity of evil, providing a very dark, intense and strategic battle that really lives up to the hype. His second form of Dark Beast Ganon was a surprise, yet it really turned things up a notch on a much larger scale, but with the aid of Zelda and your trusty steed, creates such a phenomenal moment to battle and bring the tyrant down. The final encounter with Calamity Ganon overall delivered a worthy and exciting ending to Breath of the Wild, creating a final boss encounter to remember that really stands out as one of the best from the Zelda series, at number 2.
Thank you, Link. The hero is finally...
Our number 1 entry isn't exactly a position that happens at a specific time or place. More, it's a moment that happens constantly as an absolute joy throughout, and that's to experience and explore this new land of Hyrule. This is a pure land of discovery, and you can pretty much go anywhere that the eye can see, which is brimming with detail. There's always something new and exciting around every corner to see, do, discover, experiment with or battle, and it's complemented by a brand new fantastic physics engine which creates unique possibilities unheard of in other games. It's truly a dynamic open world with real freedom. This is Nintendo's first real crack at open world games with Zelda, and they've absolutely nailed it, showing you why they've been around so long and that they are the best at what they do. They've managed to create a fully realised, alive, breathing and gorgeous world to explore, providing constant surprises and magical moments throughout. This huge and exciting open world of Hyrule in Breath of the Wild is magnificent, of masterclass design, where limitations in this physics playground are determined by the players. It's truly a breathtaking experience for what it offers constantly, with the amazing things that can now be done, but more importantly, it opens the door to a brand new world of possibilities in open world games. So for everything just discussed and the amazing experience that Hyrule offers us overall in Breath of the Wild, puts it at the top of this chart and makes it our #1 spot. So that brings us to the end of this countdown, and I hope you enjoyed, and if you're still here, then thank you very much for watching, and hopefully we won't have to wait too long now for this much anticipated sequel. Though if you enjoyed the video, please remember to like, share and subscribe to the channel, as it would be greatly appreciated, and if you can, please stick with me as I'll be bringing new videos to you soon. Take care now, Gavinchi out.